Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, we're almost at the end of the book. The Black Titanic. Yes, African aboard. Well, today I'm going to do something different. Y'all remember Grandpa? Yeah, Grandpa. That's my poo. Grandmama, Grandpa. So they're the one, he will be telling the story to me. As a little girl, he drilled that story of the Titanic African aboard in my head. Malinda was his sister. He kept having vision. He kept telling her, don't get on that boat. I keep dreaming that you lost at sea forever. Love you, Grandpa. Love you, Grandma. Yeah, Grandpa and Grandma. Okay, so they telling the story today with me. So I left off with where Ellen, y'all know Ellen was that had that twin, and she met her other side of her family aboard the Titanic, the white side. Things didn't go well. They end up being frozen. Mama Annie froze the whole family, right? After Mom Annie cooked up some spiders, the spiders bit Helen, which is Ellen's twin, and her dad. So that's where I left off at. But do y'all remember Becky Lou? Becky Lou is the one that was harassing Malinda. And Malinda, it was self-defense. Becky Lou harassing, bullying Malinda all on that boat till she tried to pow Malinda, and Malinda got her first. And Nigel, right? Nigel ended up helping her throw the body overboard. That's what happened. So Judge Green is her husband. He's still looking for Becky Lou. He walking around the boat looking for Becky Lou. Meanwhile, Malinda is still mad at at Miss Elizabeth. She always traveled with Miss Elizabeth all over the world. But this time, Miss Elizabeth, who was a clear person, really hurted her. When Melinda had rushed in her room to get away from Becky Lou and them bullies, there it was. Their mama Annie, there Miss Elizabeth had some kind of fetish with African American postcards, just African postcards. All of them was deceased. All of them with these clear people holding organs in their hands or taking them as a souvenir. And so that infuriated Melinda because she saw Mama B. Mama D, yeah, she saw Mama B. Anyway, I'm finna start on page 154. So, white racial innocent, the good old white person that Miss Elizabeth. This Melinda, she's still pissed off at Miss Elizabeth for having a postcard of Mama B. And on top of that, her son died right next to Mama B, and she did not make a postcard out of him or mocked him. So Melinda felt a certain kind of way. So she said, white racial innocent. Oh, that good old white person, that Miss Elizabeth. You want us to believe that you have a lot of feelings about black people, that you're not racist, yet you have no feelings. Miss Elizabeth, I'm telling you, you have no feelings about collecting deceased black family member postcard. You fake, Miss Elizabeth. You fake. I thought you was my friend. So Melinda kept thinking about Mama B, how Mama B was, deleted, and how the Terriers made a mockery out of posing with her tongue. They cut her tongue out and posed with it. Even Miss Elizabeth's son was trying to save Mama B, and they deleted him. but his organs was not removed, and his termination was not celebrated on postcards. Miss Elizabeth got the nerve to be taken back by Malinda's attitude. Can y'all? Miss Elizabeth is upset. Melinda is upset. She's taken back by her attitude. She didn't realize how much it hurts her until she was reminded that her son's organs could have been removed, just like Mama B, then sold for profit, and then put on a postcard. Yeah, while her friends laugh and pose with her son's deceased body in public. That's the way Malinda had to put it back on her. Because right now she don't have no feelings towards what happened. They just do stuff and they don't ever think about it. They don't feel. They feel like, you're not human, no way. But the frequent display of white racial innocence. I'm innocent. And not being able to have compassionate feeling for black people ripped into the American fabric. It was no different on that boat, on the Titanic. You had all kinds of clear people up there, but this lack of compassion for black people rips into the fabric of this country, the entire planet, where white people don't want to confront the brutal destruction of racism, y'all. They are terrified to look at their roles that they play in it. The saying that all white people are racist is a lie. Spread across the coast, they are on code with keeping the benefits they enjoy from their pale skin. Now remember, Ellen and Ernest just got the deed back to their land where Dr. Anderson had took their land from them. So they reaped the benefit of that. All right. There is no secret that their pale skin has always allowed them to have affirmative action. Clear people only, y'all. A preference over white skin group against other races. For example, y'all know the federal government stole land and ensured white families new homes, right? The FHA built subsidizing subdivision, but refused to insure African American mortgages. Yeah, they call it redlining, which means no homes sold to black people. Yeah, Miss Elizabeth, and as nice as Miss Elizabeth tend to be, she and each of her generation will benefit from it. Look, Miss Elizabeth, I'm not explaining to you anymore about racial injustice. I'm not explaining racial justice. I'm on the top of 155, the top of the page. Because you are terrified. You're terrified, just like your ancestors, to look at the role that you play in it. Malinda, this Mom Annie, don't get distracted. Mom Annie's spirit. Here go Mom Annie. Malinda, don't get distracted. That's Mom Annie, y'all. Man, don't forget Grandpa over there. Their spirit is with us. Their spirit. Don't get distracted, Malinda. Now let's go. Let's get out of here. While they were walking, several white women ambushed them. Oh my God, they won't leave Malinda alone. In the corridor of the ship stands Becky Lou friends. Here they come again, who had bullied Malinda out of jealousy for her clothing line, particularly Cindy, who notified the judge that Malinda was the last person seen with his wife, Becky Lou. I was with my missing friend, Becky Lou, when you said you were going to do something to her by that pool deck, say Cindy. You was clashing by the pool deck with Becky Lou. I saw you. Look at here now. I've been bullied enough by you and your friends. I've been bullied by you and your friends and your trolls since I arrived on this Titanic. Well, we have been looking for Becky Lou all night long, say Sally. That's her other friend now. Y'all must come back and cooperate with Judge Green, who is Becky Lou's husband, so we can get to the bottom of this tragedy. Mary Lou was white, but she had a deep voice. You had to look at her. She had this big old apple. She was a big old woman. You had to, man, I didn't know if she was a woman or a man, Mary Lou. But anyway, she had, y'all must come and cooperate with Judge Green. He is Becky Lou's husband, so we can get to the bottom of this. So she had a. Ellen stepped forward. Mary Lou. Now, Mary Lou, y'all used to investigate somewhere. Y'all need to investigate somewhere else because Malinda did nothing to your missing friend. You hear me? Go somewhere else with that stuff and investigate. Malinda haven't done nothing to your friend. Without a doubt, Mary Lou, Sydney, and Sally let their anger get the best of them. They began pushing and shoving Malinda and her friend. Oh, what she had to do that for. Malinda flipped her on the floor and Malinda pins her down. She pierced Sydney to the floor. A piercing scream is her, get off of me, get off of me, get off of me. Cuts and bruises with as many as 10 wounds was left. Yeah, y'all know Malinda was handy with that razor. She made Z's and O's and S's all over her. Cindy began to bleed. Y'all can get enough mess with Aunt Linda now. Aunt Linda used to hang out with her brothers and go do things with her brothers in the community to go, oh shoot, y'all believe Aunt Linda a lot. I'm at the top of page 150. Stop at page 156. Come on, Mom Annie. This Mom Annie talking now. Stop, Malinda. Stop, Malinda. Say it, Mom Annie. She leaped up. Cindy, Malinda was on top of her. Malinda had her pinned on the ground, Cindy Lou's pinned on the ground, and Mom Annie stopped her because Malinda just lost it. She was so tired. She was tired, y'all. She was tired. She was nursing all those people on that Titanic back to health, and they were treating her like rubbish. Anyway, stop! Stop, Malinda! Mom Annie cried. She leaped up. Then Mary Lou and Sally decided to nip it in the bud. I know y'all did because y'all couldn't even handle Malinda. They decided to nip it in the bud and quit harassing Malinda. Off the floor, they retrieved Sydney. Sydney, come on, Sydney, let's get out of here, Sydney. They left in fear. They were fearful. Oh my God, this turned out to be the cruise from hell. This is the cruise from hell, y'all, Ellen. Yeah, the cruise from hell. Without a doubt. The judge wants no part of Malinda. He thought she was a sorcerer. Yeah, he thought Malinda was a sorcerer. He too left her alone, and his wife friends stayed confined in their cabins. What's more, the ship's security was notified of the brawl now between the ladies and decided not to get involved by way of Captain Smitty. Now look at here now. Malinda is my wife's friend, my wife's nurse. and the only friend she got, said Captain Smitty. So I can't let y'all bother Malinda. You better leave that gal alone. Leave her alone. The same night and in the gym, Malinda spoke to a crowd of Aborigines. Just stop right there. You don't understand my ancestors. You don't understand us. So, that same night in the gym, Malinda spoke to a crowd of Aboriginal. She told everyone about her vision of ancestors wanting. One vision. She saw, I could translate this vision, where she saw 6 spirits come out of the paintings, one at a time. Spirits was coming out of the painting, you guys. It refers to the mathematical number 6. It means that the Titanic will be torn apart in 6 compartments. During this time, we got 6 hours before the boat sink, you guys. Listen up. This is serious. I'm translating the ancestors. Warning. During this time, we got 6 hours before the ship sink. This is our ancestor symbols. And it's in a large pyramid form. The number 666 has nothing to do with Satan, y'all. It represents what melanin people are made of, which is carbon molecules containing 6 protons, 6 neurons, and 6 electrons. Yes, Malinda. She's warning everybody. She's talking to y'all. They're dancing. They're doing ritual. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time for us to put our plan to order. She looked at Ernest. Ernest on page 157. Yeah. I'm on page 157 at the top. This is called Beat of the Drums. So meanwhile, Malinda had just warned everybody about what the vision meant. So meanwhile, her fiancé Ernest told his drummer, boom, 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 Togo, to begin beating the hell out of a war cry. Y'all know that our ancestors always had wireless communication, and it was the drums, y'all. Yeah, the drums. That's how they communicate. Tribe to tribe, they spoke through the drums. But now Ernest is telling Togo, bring out your skill. This is a war cry. We're going to sink on this ship, and they're going to block us from trying to get off this boat, y'all. But I'm calling on Egon, the god of war, the god of steel, the god of iron. It will be an ancient signal of a tribal brother who is in distress. Yeah, our ancestors communicated back when they were in distress somewhere. They needed help. They would communicate from drums, and you could hear it. Other tribes could hear it. It would be in the tongue that the clear man can't comprehend. Yes, what's more, Togo was from Liberia. His skills were incredible. He knew bilingual signal. The brother was bad. So anyhow, if he get to playing these drums, and meanwhile anybody on them islands can read that drum and answer him back, they could answer him back in several different languages, and he could translate it. Y'all don't ask me. The first drum signal was considered a bell because it's wooden and without skin. The second drummer signals were wooden and covered with skin. Then each warrior steps forward with different communication gifts. I'm Cozy. I'm from Australia. My ancestors migrated to Australia from Africa. We were the first settler. My name is Jabu. That's another one. There's Colby. Now Jabu has stepped up. It's a language spoken by first. Wait a minute, I'm sorry, y'all. We were the first settler. My technique is Jabu. It's a language spoken by 5 tribes, and I'm known to play 3 drum signals. So, he got all these communication skills with our brothers on board that can play these drums and hope that if the boat sink, that the nearby native could pick up on this communication from the drum. Sir, my name is Hunter, and I'm from Alabama, USA, but my roots is from Togo. I'm skilled with the drums and horn. Of course, the wind horn is used in the forest and to alert each other of danger. In addition, some African uses the wind horn in military combat as a war cry. There's another brother, another warrior done stepped up to the plate now. Now, oh my God, now I overstand. Y'all, I finally understand why in my vision Nigel say that the drums to enter is the way to enter through a gate, some kind of gateway. Yes, Nigel, before he died, he kept telling me and trying to teach me about the drums. Now I understand. The door will open to transition Titanic black vision victims back into another dimension. Yeah, see, someone believe and someone don't now. Someone believe that they could be translated back into another dimension to escape all of this. And others said, we can enter through the large pain. Ellen told everybody, I know it seemed crazy. I didn't know it seemed crazy, but you must believe. You must believe we're going to get off this boat. We're going to get off of here. 10 p.m., April the 13th, 1912. Togo begins his signal drum while the black men and women found everything. They found everything they could salvage to make safe the boat. Some believed that they could transfer to the other side, while others were taking chances with the boat. Someone believed that it could be a supernatural thing, or the ancestors gonna take me to the other side. But someone said, "Oh no, I'm gonna take my chances on my own. We're gonna build ourselves some boat." So what they were doing, y'all, they knew. They knew that they were going to be left. The black people on board the Titanic knew that they were not going to get help, so they started preparing. In fact, everybody was going off. Everybody was just going off on Malinda vision. That's the only thing we got. She keep telling us about these visions. We have to go on these visions. Well, the white passenger had no idea that the Titanic was on fire and that the iceberg collision was about to happen. They didn't know because of the negligence of the wireless operator, Harry and Larry, all of them in there. They knew about that iceberg up there, but they wouldn't tell the passenger. In the meantime, the drum ritual began. Each signal drummer, Toba, Hunter, and Cozy would take turns beating the drums for 2 more days and until the ancestors formulate the ice pyramid. And since April the 13th, Captain Smitty knew of the warning, but kept the boat operating full speed ahead. He did nothing, thinking the ship was unsinkable, y'all. He said that the ship was unsinkable, and he told them to keep that boat full ahead. Malinda and all the Aboriginal black people on board the Titanic kept warning Captain Smith. April the 14th, 1912. That morning, Captain Smith sent one of his officers from Malinda. At once, the officer became suspicious. Since he awakened, he heard the drums playing. He walks down to the steerage. He enters the gym. He saw Cozy with the horn in his hand. He saw Hunter beating these drums all at one time. He saw Aboriginals in a happy mood. They were dancing around a large photo as if he was invisible. Everyone ignored him. He became fearful as he tucked his head inside the door. He said, where is Malinda? Now they were in there. He was watching them have this ritual, and he was scared. Now he wouldn't go in there. He stuck his head. Where is Malinda? In the form of smoke and with the image of a man, he saw a spirit. Out of the picture, it was emerging. The officer had inhaled all this smoke while walking down the corridor, so he thought he was hallucinating. Something is unnatural about this ritual, he thought. He suspects something was going on, but he dared not ask. He dared not challenge them. He feared he'd be frozen to death, just like the Anderson family and some of the orchestra. He looks again. This time, he saw some of the Aboriginals standing in lines by two. He saw the spirit guiding them through the picture. During this time, the drums got louder and louder, and the dancers surrounding the picture seemed to have extra energy. They were dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing. They kept getting more energy. Looks like someone was levitating in the air, as if invisible hands were holding them. I'm on top of page 159. The officer fainted. He fell. Half of his upper body was in the room, while his leg was in the hallway. As David and Ernest carried the officer into the cabin, they laid him on the bed. At the sight of David, Ernest, and Malinda, he awakened. Please, he begged for their mercy. Please don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. They laughed. I'm here on behalf of the captain, he said. The captain requests Malinda, he asked. Oh man, this fire and smoke is dangerous. It's dangerous down here. It's so bad that I've been hallucinating. Then he asks, what is the drummer is singing? Now that's quite interesting, because when they brought our ancestors from Africa, they were forbidden to have drums, because they didn't know what our ancestors would be saying. They couldn't translate it. What is the drummer saying? But they act as though they didn't hear him. He leaped up. He leaped up as Malinda trailed him back to the first class deck. She met Captain Smitty. He was standing inside a B deck, where he found everyone stiff with a fearful look on their face. They had frozen, y'all, frozen to death. Yeah. Notably, a committee of white men was appointed, as if they were